All right, let's get right into it. Today we are digging into a really simple but honestly a game-changing idea from the architecture of attentive service. It's all about why some companies make you feel like they're hanging on your every word, while others, well, it feels like they're not listening at all. We've all felt that difference, right? And it turns out it all comes down to one fundamental choice a company makes.
I mean, seriously, think about it. Have you ever taken the time to fill out a survey, or maybe send a carefully written email with feedback, only to get crickets? Nothing. It is so frustrating, that feeling that your voice just disappeared into a black hole. Why does that happen so often?
Well, it turns out this isn't just some occasional mistake or a company having a bad day. Nope, this is a systemic issue. It's baked right into the culture of so many organizations. It's what we're calling the listening failure.
And check out this quote, because it is a big one. It doesn't say some organizations, it says most. That is huge. It's basically saying that the default setting for a lot of companies is to actually fail at listening. That tells you the problem is much, much deeper than you might think.
So what is that deep underlying problem? It all comes down to one powerful word: silos. You know, those internal echo chambers that a company builds around itself, where real, honest feedback from the outside world just can't get in. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. When a company is trapped in that silo mindset, its entire focus turns inward. Different departments are just talking to each other, patting themselves on the back, completely convinced that they've made the best thing ever. They stop looking outside because, hey, in their minds, why would they need to?
So let's just lay it out side by side. Over on the left, you've got that classic siloed thinking. It's all internal, it's pretty arrogant, and it is totally blind to what's actually happening out in the world. But on the right, you've got the total opposite: attentive service. The focus here is 100% external. It's all about looking to you, the customer, and learning from what's really going on. Okay, so that's the problem. But how does a company actually fix it? How do you break down those internal walls and start genuinely looking outward? Well, the good news is there's a clear path to get there.
It's really a three-step process. First, you've got to make a conscious decision to look outside of your own building, into the marketplace. That's where your customers actually live. Step two, you have to actively work to identify what people truly need and want, not just what you think they want. And then step three, and this is the most critical part of all, you have to actually act on what you've learned. You use that knowledge to constantly get better.
So let's boil all this down. Let's get to the final takeaway and put a really clear definition on what it truly means to be attentive.
At the end of the day, attentive service isn't just about being polite or having a decent call center. It's a core business strategy. It is the active, ongoing practice of making the customer's world, the marketplace, the absolute center of your universe. It's about using their needs as the fuel that drives every single improvement you make.
And that really leaves us with one final thing for you to think about. Of all the companies you deal with every single day, which ones have actually broken out of their silos? Which ones make you feel like your voice, your feedback, genuinely matters? The answer to that question, well, it tells you everything you need to know.